Okay, I shortened, I didn't want this to be so long and drawn out. So I went ahead and did some things off camera. I tore the papers that I was going to use, and I'm just going to glue those on now into where I think I want them. I'm not going to use the Mod Podge on these. I just want them to stick, and I want a rough edge. So I'm going to put them on there. I don't want to cover up all that pretty lace, so I'm leaving some of that open here, and I do the same with this one. Put some glue around the edges. Tigger was helping out there for a minute, a little curious as to what I was doing. I'm going to move that just a bit. Actually, you know what? I don't like it there at all. I'm going to move it here. There. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is cut out these and put those on. I should have cut these out ahead of time too. Sorry about that. This is rice paper, and I should be able to just glue this down without worrying about getting too close on the cutting. As long as I just cut around the edges, the Mod Podge should actually work to cover the white edges, hopefully. So I am going to cut that one out, and I think I am going to put that in here. And then something similar on this corner over here. I want something smaller. Maybe that little bit. I think I'll put this little bit there. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way. I don't know, maybe I do need something bigger there. That looks too small. Maybe. Thanks. There's one. Okay, I found one. I'll use this little section right here. Okay, that looks better, a little bit bigger. Alright, so I'm just going to give this a quick cut around the edges. Trim some of it off, just in case the rice paper doesn't blend in very well. It won't look so terrible. I never like to have a straight line really either, so. Alright, there's that one. I'll place that right in there. And this one's already cut out. Should be able to put that right there, I think. I am going to make it a little bit darker though. So it blends them a little bit, so it's not just white paper showing up. Make it a little dingy, antique-y, vintage, rustic, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I think that's good for that one. And then same thing with this one. Just color it, darken it up a bit. Okay. Need to grab a paintbrush again and Mod Podge. Sorry, I keep doing that, but I had to wash my brush. Okay. So I'm just going to cover the back of the rice paper with the Mod Podge over here. Okay, I've covered the back, and I'm going to place that right in here, I think would be a good spot. And same with this one. Since the Distress Oxide is water-based, it should smear around this vintage color a little bit. I don't know, I'm thinking here, right here for this. Like I said, I don't want to cover up all that lace. Kind of fits right in there, I think. And I'm going to coat that as well with Mod Podge to protect it a little bit, as well as the paper that's already there. And now for this one. I'm going to put a coat of the Mod Podge over this paper as well, so it gives it kind of a crinkly, protected. It'll be a little bit protected, but if it gets moist and humid, it's not gonna, if you lay it on something that's also Mod Podge, it's gonna get a little bit tacky. I've tested this on a different journal, and when it gets really, really hot and my journal's sitting in the car, it does stick a little bit. But I think for this, so I'm not going to have this in the car as much as my traveler's notebook. I think for this that I'm going to be okay. So this is kind of a little unfinished up here. So I'm actually going to add across the top here and here this little piece of leftover lace paper. And I'm just going to cut across the edge. Hopefully that's a straight line. And I'm going to put this piece right here. And then I'm going to put this other little flowery, edgy piece right across there. Oops. So I'll put that one, this one here, and this one here, just to give that edge a little bit of a finished look instead of that unfinished look. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want. I just want to make this look a little more even. To me, it needs a little bit more. Sometimes I'm really guilty of not putting a final touch on something. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that here. It will almost blend in with the existing lace, but it'll also give it that old tattered paper look. Okay, there's that one. I'm doing it over here on a separate piece of paper where I can put my glue on there. Okay, and I think I cut that in a straight line to put there. Sorry. Okay. And I'm going to put one more coat of Mod Podge on top of that to hold that down a little more. Same with that side. Okay. I'm going to let that dry. I'll turn the camera back on and show you what we have. Alright, it's dry. And here's what we end up with. We have this little folder made out of papers. Piece of junk mail we started out with, and here's the outside of it. The inside has a couple of tuck spots for journaling. Some additional note cards here. And the back. I think that looks a lot prettier than what we started out with. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you got some ideas. I just kind of threw things together, obviously. This is something, again, I'm new at. And I just like to make a vintage, I'm going to trim this up here because it's bugging me. I wanted to make something vintage, and I wanted to use junk that we get every day. I think there's a way that we can recycle all of this. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.